Floyd scared Ronda Rousey!
So, the hot sexy Ronda Rousey gets foobarred. You know. Fucked up beyond all recognition. Well, that might be a little exaggeration. We actually could recognize her. Kinda. But no one can deny Ronda Rousey got her ass waxed, and blasted the fuck out like a sodomized rape victim. And you know why? She can't handle no skilled striker. Because that bitch ain't the chick in the intro. And we're throwing a 10 players holler out to Keith Robinson, Shea Boxing, LF, Wooden Dummy Maker, Folalde Boxing, hope we pronounced that right, Kita Judo, Tai Chi King, who we haven't seen since Ring Minds, much respect to the King, the Oracle, and everyone else who requested this video. Apologies because we know there's a lot of you. But we had to make our rounds in our other stomping grounds. And yo Keith, you know how many times we've been asked to speak on Ronda. But a lot of fight fans in the YTBC said hey, let's not give this bitch no attention. So we didn't. Then they all made like 50 more videos talking about Ronda. So we won't be paying attention to shit like that no more. But we had no real desire to speak on this chick. Even Little Kiki did a video cracking on Ronda. Hey, where you at, Little Kiki?
Right here. And I told him that bitch would get her ass kicked. She ain't got no fucking hands. I'd kick her fucking as myself.
Yeah, okay, you can do a video later. Anyway, as y'all know, Little Kiki videos only stay up for like 2 hours, but on the last one we got like 10 Ronda Rousey requests. Not to mention a commenter actually threatened to have Little Kiki taken from us because they didn't like her bad language. Yes. There's motherfuckers that fucking dump. Diplomatic adoption immunity. Little Kiki ain't going nowhere. And we'll continue to teach her how to throw hands and shoot the wings off a fucking fly. So fuck off. Now to get to this fight. Which was a damn good fight. As y'all know, Ronda got beat down by Holly Holm. And she was well protected in this fight. That girl's truly loved. If it was Holly in the same situation, they woulda let Ronda like snap her arm in about 3 places. Then break her legs. Then tossed her a knife and let her start stabbing Holly over and over. But she wasn't. So they jumped in right away to save their little princess. I personally felt they shoulda let Holly keep going. I mean, Ronda looked just fine to me. At least let Holly deliver another 50 hammer fists to Ronda's face. After all, Ronda's the bitch who was upset she didn't get to break her last opponent's arm. Or leg. Or neck. Yet hers sure was protected. A few strikes to poor little Ronda and she can't even do a fucking interview. But it was a happy day for hardcore boxing fans, and one of the reasons why is they felt boxing won this match. From the only real boxer in the fucking ring. Yet she didn't make the Ring magazine cover. Like Oscar could have easily rationalized putting Ronda on the fucking cover by putting both of them on it. Same shit without so much backlash. Since Holly actually is a boxer. But that what it took using his fucking brains. Nevertheless, it didn't turn out too bad in the end. Because the boxer winning based on boxing skills brings a new level of respect to boxing. The striker devoured the grappler. And everyone knows the striker's boxing experience was the foundation. Though no doubt some who hate boxing will disagree. Too bad. She's got a boxing history whether you like it or not. But here's the kicker. Do any of you emotional fans know why Ring magazine did it? We'll tell you. They did it. So fans can do everything they did. So maybe Oscar ain't so dumb after all. We'd rather see a boxer on it, but feel both fighters should have been on the cover if he wanted Ronda on it. But he did it. And brought attention to both sports from both sides. You may not like it. But it's the truth. Meanwhile, Dana White seemed pretty low after the fight, but the truth is he profits. He's got 2 big names now instead of just one, and one is linked with boxing. And all eyes will still be on Ronda's next move. Just like Ronda claiming she wanted to fight Floyd. We got one question. Did you talk about it? If so, Then they succeeded. Doesn't matter if you loved or hated them. If you hated them, you just saw some annoying people flapping. But they got this. Would you get? Nothing. Because you was too busy helping give them this. As for this fight, clearly Holly put on a boxing exhibition. All Ronda ever does is run up to a bitch and start grappling right the fuck away. She was completely lost in this fight, while Holly was multi-dimensional and kept Ronda at bay in punchin' and kickin' range. But it was boxing skills that was the foundation to set in her up and drop in Ronda. Now they're talking about the rematch. So what happens in the rematch? Funny. The same damn thing that happened in this fight. That's fucking what? Ronda's game would have to change to an extreme. Rousey better find a damn trainer or hang it the fuck up. Because she's got a problem. Especially with a corner telling her she's doing well after a crap first round like she had. See, Ronda got roper doped. Without the fucking ropes. She's got serious stamina issues. Not only was she boxed the fuck up and gassed at the end of it, but the map on how to beat her's out. Fighters are gonna make her chase. Ronda's out the door if she can't get you on the floor. That'll probably be the new saying. Which doesn't mean she can't come back and win some fights. That's if Holly didn't totally take her soul. But opponents know to be on the move now. And she's gonna have to start football tackling bitches to take 'em down. You know what that means. Her opponents are gonna start learning how to box. And make sure she runs right in a right cross when she attempts that shit. And if she's not successful, it's gonna be like this. The next big problem's that everyone's talking about Holly's boxing skills, but the fact remains that when Ronda got her down she couldn't keep her down. And even got taken down. So congrats to Holly Holm. Now, when a motherfucker's on the move, square, circle or octagon, it doesn't matter. That's if they're cracking you in the fucking jaw. And especially if you end up like this. They're not running from you. They're baiting you. There's a fucking difference. There's also a difference between being mobile, on the move, baiting an opponent, and evading a fucking fight. And a lot of fight fans are equating baiters to evaders. To rationalize shit their favorite fighters do. We'll be speaking on this when we speak on ring generalship. As for Ronda's corner, well, they had no plan B. They certainly wasn't.
Like water.
Which was obvious. Should we go in depth? Nah. We told how to deal with movers once and the idiots who didn't know what they were talking about claimed we didn't know what we was talking about. We like that. The dumber motherfuckers are the better it is for us. But we'll say this. There's a creature in nature that has no problem with mobile enemies. And as soon as Ronda pays us we'll tell her what creature it is. If Ronda can come back and prevail, this loss will no doubt make her a better fighter. Or at least help her come up with a better game plan if she's chasing a fighter with no success. We'll assume this humbled her. But then again, you never know. Getting beat the fuck up sure the hell didn't humble my Yurga. So we'll see. But in keeping it real, it's the fight game. And Ronda sure the fuck has entertained for the short time it lasted. And if you ain't disciplined, being too much of an entertainer can fuck you up in the ring. You have to be totally disciplined and understand that doing movies and commercials and going on show after shows for promotion. That's why many of the greatest fighters preferred solitude during training. To be in the woods or up in the mountains far from people. But even in doing all that, if you have no real trainers it doesn't matter. Nevertheless, we appreciate Ronda. Because even if you hated her, her annoying attitude made her loss that much more fulfillingly entertaining. So thank you Ronda for that. And to the YTBC. 10 players didn't feed in and none of the Ronda shit. And we're supposed to be the martial arts motherfuckers. Owners of ring minds and fight dates. Brought the combat principles of the animals, insects and all creatures and laws of nature to the game. Not to mention that we're the motherfuckers who kick it about anything. The request channel. Yet it was damn near everyone else who did all the Ronda talk. About not giving Ronda attention. While giving Ronda attention. Complaining about Ring Magazine. Yet damn near every boxing channel did a Ronda post-fight video. A post-fight video for the UFC. But boy oh boy, how dare Oscar put Ronda on the cover of Ring Magazine. So what is it? Is it just this one special time? Because if it is, you just did an Oscar. We're not judging in the least. We just found that to be quite head-scratchingly amusing. We just watched the YTBC go YTB UFCC. And we're not talking the motherfuckers who normally cover both sports. Lots of boxing channels are in the mixed martial arts scene. We're talking the channels that normally don't. Damn near everyone covered this one. So seems Ronda succeeded with all her Floyd talk after all. Maybe Oscar was trying to do like the rest of the AdSense channels. We ain't judging y'all. So maybe we shouldn't judge Oscar. We know Stop Lion has a subscription. How about the rest of you? Maybe it was dying and he was trying to save it? We have no idea. We didn't talk to Oscar. And we mean off the record. Because what people say with a mic in their face doesn't always hold weight. We had no down-low conversation with Oscar. Did y'all? Because y'all woulda done that post-fight review whether Ronda was on the cover or not. So seems her Floyd talk was a good move for her after all. As for the Floyd Ronda talk, something little Kiki was asked to speak on. Look. Floyd may be annoying at times. But Rousey's a fucking bitch. And that ain't personal. It's an actual term that describes a certain type of person. Which Ronda fits. This girl would cripple any opponent for life if she could. Breaking Floyd's arms, legs and neck so he could never box again was her dream. Even was with Layla. And that ain't no metaphor. Now if Floyd stepped in the ring with Ronda and got his ass beat, then y'all would claim he's a pussy. If Holly destroyed her, what the fuck would Floyd have done? That girl's slow as fuck. Then he would have been called a woman beating pussy. While every guy in the UFC in every weight class would have been mad claiming they want Floyd. Sports is a situation where both sides are meant to have a winning chance. Even if it's slim for one side. But there was no winning chance in the situation for Mayweather. No matter what. Other than doing what he did. Which was ignoring and playing like he had no idea who she was. Now Floyd has a habit of taking credit for fights he never fought. If he gets a win over a fighter, he takes credit for anyone that fighter ever beats again in life. It's a bunch of deceptive crap. For example, let's say Canelo, or Cotto actually did fight Triple G. And beat him. Floyd would then take credit for beating Triple G too. Even though he didn't beat a fucking thing. You beat no one until you face that fighter personally. But for the first time. Just this once. Floyd actually did beat an opponent he didn't face. Because Floyd has a habit of letting time and nature take care of his opponents more so than his hands. And he let it take care of this one. And deserves the win. So those are our thoughts. And until our next one. Peace. We're out.